Peace, staring at the city, staring at the city, staring at the city. My name is Nathan. I'm a teacher, an MC, and a videographer, and a journalist in this community. I curated this event tonight with the help of Liz and Creative Minneapolis. This evening we have an insightful panel. We've got Sir, Lizette, and Icey. Can you guys make a little bit of noise for them? Yes, sir. These three have been making moves in the city consistently, curating spaces, and supporting all hip-hop, other genres of music, artists in general. I'll ask now at this point if we could all take our phones out and put it on vibrate or on silent. And if you want to take photos and videos, that's cool. But let's just turn the flash off because we're recording in a couple different spots and I don't want the levels all weird. Okay, let me just say this. Like if someone says something funny, you can laugh or make noise. It's not supposed to be all rigid or like uptight like that. But this is a recorded event and we want to show respect and give our community members their respect and their roses, give them their flowers, you know what I'm saying? And finally, I'll also say that this is not like a be-all, end-all. This is our perspectives on hip-hop and what's going on in Minneapolis. Sometimes you see someone say Minneapolis and you think it's all facts, you know, not. This is our opinion, this is our perspective, right? So, finally, once again, I'm Nathan. I represent Staring at the City, which is my organization. And I talked with RSMG over Instagram, FaceTime, about a panel, about a roundtable discussion. And unfortunately, today we're not gonna have time, but I do wanna do a roundtable talk like with more than just 4 people. So I see a lot of people in here. I want to do like a round table discussion where people can introduce themselves, say what's going on at a certain point. So if you're interested in that, please reach out to me afterwards. And we can get something like that cracking in the future. So let's get this going. I'll have you 3 first go ahead and introduce yourselves. We'll start over here.
Hi, y'all. My name is Icey, but everyone calls me Ice. I go by Ice. My company is Icey Entertainment. I started it like 1 year and 3 months ago. So we're going. We're gonna keep on going. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lizette Fonseca, and I'm the owner of Creative Minneapolis. By morning, I work as an interpreter, but by day, I'm a hustler. So that's me.
Let's get it. What's good? My name is Sir Jones. I'm representing Push Records. We just be throwing shows, be putting artists on, man. We care a lot about our city that we in and the neighboring city as well. And, we just trying to, turn the city up.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Okay, so this how this is gonna work. You may have grabbed a flyer. We've got 15 minutes for each artist, curator, and then we've got 15 minutes at the end for audience to ask questions. So keep in mind as we go through what you might be wanting to ask. And without further ado, we'll hop into it. Who wants to go first? No, I'm just playing. I got your order.
Not all at once.
All right, Icelina or Ice. Icey Entertainment.
I gotta go first.
Can we make some noise for Icey Entertainment? Yeah, definitely. I've seen you making major moves like ever since I ran into you maybe a couple months ago over at Creative in St. Paul. There's another Creative in St. Paul. And so my first question for you is, how would you describe yourself and what you do?
How would I describe myself? I'm really laid back. I like people, but I don't like people too much. But I also love to see people do what they love, and I love to see people succeed, and I love to see people hustle. So I put myself as I do that. So hopefully people see me and oh, she's a hustler, she's doing what she loves. Hopefully maybe I could do what I love instead of just following this one path, because that's what you're supposed to do. And then about my business, I created it because I like to bring people together. I like to bring different types of people together, all different types of vibes. It's not just hip hop or not just rock or not just country or whatever. All types of music and all types of people should be able to be in a synchronized space and have a good time. That should be normal. And so that's why I created my company, to be able to push that agenda as much as I can.
Respect. You're doing a great job of it, for real. Yeah, no, we can
oh, don't cry. I'm already nervous.
Yeah. So you got coming up next this New Year's show?
So the New Year's is not my event. That's one thing about my company. I also promote events for other people, and I usually don't like to promote events for other people because I found out that you promote an event for somebody else and then the event is not what they said it was supposed to be. And then you look dumb because like, it's happened to me so many times. And so I wasn't gonna do it, to be honest, but it's family who's doing the event, so I decided to do it. So I'm just promoting that event. I'm personally having an event on December 30th at Purple Rose something. I've literally confirmed it today. The flyer's not even out yet. So I'll put the flyer out. It's gonna be essentially like it's called Met Gala Minneapolis. It's gonna be like a event where people come together and they just celebrate the goodness of Minneapolis. I invited Lizette, Sir has been invited, and they're just gonna be recognized, given a little certificate. I'm gonna write them a little letter, and just to show love, just be like, hey, y'all did y'all shit this year, and that's just what it is. Cause like Lizette opened a whole venue, like what? Like that's just hard. Push, we're having shows after shows after shows, creating opportunities, and so like to me that's hard work, and so I'm giving people who I've chosen recognition at the event. It'll be $50, but you get free liquor and free food the whole night. So
turn up.
I think
Come
people
get
should
lit
come
with
out.
us, for real.
I just,
I just want to say, come get lit with us. That's
You
all.
feel me?
No, I just met you, and it seems like you're always going to live events, turning up, getting shit lit. I even messaged you on Instagram. I was wondering, like, why, this question I have further down, but since you kind of brought it up, why Minnesota? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have the opportunity to be in like other states or like go wherever you want, really. Like, you know what I'm saying? What's going on?
Minnesota's home, you know, and I feel like I've traveled a lot. I've been blessed with a mom who loved to travel, so she always took me with her. And then when I got old enough to do more by myself, I've been outside. During COVID, I was outside. Them tickets were cheap. Long story short, Minnesota's cool. Like, we have our issues, we have our beef, we have the whatever, but the people in Minnesota are hustlers, and like they really they can come together. Other states is not like that everywhere else that you go. Like, Houston is a good place that people come together, so I'll give Houston that. But like,
Houston?
Yeah, I fuck with Houston. I'm moving to Houston in a year. But I'm gonna still be having events in Minnesota. I'm gonna just be in Houston having the events here. It'll be lit. Anyways, that's a different conversation.
True.
Minnesota's lit though. Like, there's good people here and there's hard workers here. So like, I like this space. Like, I like the vibes.
Yeah, I'm glad that we did lead to that Houston conversation though, because sometimes I do feel like we need to expand the vision. And everyone in this room is here because they're interested in what's going on with hip hop or with culture, with community or creativity in the Twin Cities. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a select few folks that, you know, decided to come out and take this 2 hours this evening to, you know, really show that they care about what's going on here. So I appreciate y'all. I thought I'd just say that real quick. Can you tell me about your relationship with Libianca?
Libianca.
The Voice, yeah.
That's my girl. That's my best friend. I love her so much. Originally, we started off like, it was kind of weird because like she was Metro's best friend, but I was Metro's best friend. And so it was like, we like sharing this friend. And I'm like, I don't want to share a friend. I want to be your friend. It took us a minute to like each other. This girl did not like me, but she was just like a very type of person. Like, she don't like anybody really. And so I sat her down and I said, girl, you got me fucked up. I've never done nothing wrong to you. What's your issue? She looked at me. She said, I don't got an issue. I said, so then why are you acting weird? She's like, because you're genuine to me. No one's ever really been genuine to me. And I feel like for some reason you're trying to use me. And I'm like, what do you have that I don't have? Like, let's be real. What do you have that I don't have? And she was like, and she had nothing to say. And since then, we were cool. But like now, with the whole Voice situation, I was her manager at the time. So I was scrolling through Instagram. I seen the Voice little thing. And I said, she need to be on there. So I sent it to her. She tried out. She made it, and then she kept on making it, kept on going, got it to the 20th, got to the top 20 on The Voice, and then they voted her off. Yeah. And I was shitty as hell, but it's politics when it comes to stuff like that. Like, Blake only had one country singer on his team, and it was the country singer or Libianca. Who the fuck he gonna pick? Like, he gonna pick the country singer. Like, you know, he's a country artist. He can't kick off the only country singer on his team. But then she ended up, I think, a country pair ended up winning the show, which is like really great for them. But I was like, I don't know, my girl Libby has a better voice, but I'm biased.
I mean, she's going crazy, and she's still going crazy. Shout out to Libianca.
Yeah.
But thank you also for politicking with me and coming through to that open mic, which like only like 4 people came to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate you. Like, and then to see that progression like a couple months later, like, syndicated TV network. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, God, like, don't count people out, man. Don't count people out. I'm saying it right now. Do not do that.
She's on her shit right now.
I swear to God. And you have a very strong community around you. Can you just talk about your community and what you got going on around you?
Man, I love my community. I love my people. Like, they keep me grounded. Like, even right now, this morning, I had a whole mental breakdown, to keep it real. Like, I was a fucking mess. And then I called one of my boys, and he was just talking to me. He was just like, bro, said all he had to say, and like, calmed me down. And then Libby randomly called me. She was just like, God was telling me to call you. And I'm just like, girl, how did you know? I've not had a good day. She talked to me, raised my spirits back up. And then now I'm here, and I'm good now. But like, that's just to show, like, they're there for me. Like, they're there for me through whatever. They can provide money for me. Like, they can provide food for me, clothes. If my car's broken down, I could call somebody to get me where I need to go. Like, I got people that really fuck with me, and if it wasn't for them, I would not be here where I am right now. So I fuck with them really hard. Even like Push and like Sir Jones and like where is he at? And Juice, like, the very first show, I remember seeing Juice's face, and every other show, he was there consistently. Bro didn't even know me the first show, but it's like people like that, especially with Push Records, they don't even know me like that for real, but they know what I do, and they just ride for me through whatever. They'll post my flyers for free. They don't even care. Like, it's just, it baffles me sometimes when I think about my community, because they're there for me.
Out too.
Yeah, they do.
I swear I see a bunch of African at your events.
Yeah.
I'm half Nigerian, so I'm like,
merge.
I'm like, how come I don't see this? Like, and then I see your events, I'm like, oh, that's where this is. You know what I'm saying?
That's where all the Africans
you
are.
You feel me? Yeah.
Yeah, the Africans, they come out.
You tap in.
It's just crazy. I will say this though, the Liberian community, they do not fuck with me like that. Oh. And I'm Liberian. And like, are you Liberian too, bro? Okay, so from a Liberian to like having the whole Liberian like community don't really mess with me. I just be sitting back like, did I do something wrong? No. Like, am I like doing something wrong? Like, I don't get it. But then I look at it overall, and shitty enough, that's just how it is. Like, the Liberian community, they just be hating low key. Like, you could attest to that because you're Liberian too. Like, they just be hating. They like, and I don't get it. But I've never cared. That's one thing about me. I've never cared.
Keep it pushing, right?
What they gonna do? Beat my ass? What the fuck?
Well, shout out to the Liberian community. Do you have any shout outs that you'd like to make?
Man, shout out to God.
Thanks.
Been holding me down.
That's the plan.
Day one. Yeah. And then just shout out to everybody that came out. Y'all didn't have to come out today. Y'all could have stayed home in your bed comfortable. It's cold.
It's cold.
For real. But just shout out to everybody who's working hard. Cause like if I said names and shit, it would go too long. But yeah, shout out to everybody who's working hard. We all got goals. We all got dreams, and we gonna hit them.
Mm-hmm. That's facts. Make some noise for Ice, y'all. Make some noise for Ice. Creative Minneapolis, what's good with you?
What's up? What's up? Thank you guys for coming. I swear. Thank you.
Yo, I speak for way more than just myself when I say thank you. For real. Like, this doesn't do itself. You know what I'm saying? And a place that we can build and we don't have to ask questions and all kinds of nonsense is so important. So thank you.
You're welcome, guys. Yeah. I appreciate y'all being here, first of all. Second of all, I don't feel like I've done anything, to be honest. I just kind of feel like, to be honest, I feel like I just made a playground for all of us. You know what I mean? And then we just come here to play. So.
I swear.
Yes, thank you.
How did you get into music?
I think it started back in high school. I used to get in trouble a lot. I used to go to in-school suspension. And so I started writing raps in school suspension, and I always listen to music on the way to like when I ride the bus or when I get off the bus. Like, music has always been a part of me. Like, I watch music videos when I get home. Like, I've always loved music, but they were meeting up after high school. Like, all these guys were freestyling, battling. I was the only girl. And I'm like, let me write something in suspension, and when I come out, I'm gonna have something ready.
Bars.
Yeah. So I memorized it, and then I went in front of them and I said it, and then I think I might have been like 15, 16, around there. And then ever since then, I met somebody that does music, and I moved to a different school, and he had a studio in his house, and then I started recording, and ever since then, I've just been doing music.
There you go. Yep. That's a pretty natural progression. And then this location, how did you find this spot actually right here?
So this spot was here when my husband opened up Urban Jungle a couple doors over. They used this space to do like Black Fridays. So this wasn't here, but it was just pretty run down, and they would just put a bunch of racks and clothes on the floor. Sorry, and they would just come in and do like a garage sale. What is wrong with my voice today? I don't know. Excuse me.
You've been going all day though, so.
Yeah, I've been going all day. But I just looked at this space and I'm like, something needs to be done here. I love the high ceilings. I love how open it is. And in my mind, and I just thought about it. I was like, if we had a studio back there and I build a wall and I make this the photography area, and then over there would be like the retail space area, and kind of visioned it, and then I paid somebody to do it, and here we are.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
Yes. And now you throw all kinds of events in here. You have people record, and you throw events sometimes in the back area as well. You have access to the back area as well? You can throw like events back there?
People do like music video shoots or like interviews, podcasts.
Like the outside area.
Oh, you talking about outside? I thought you meant the studio.
No.
Outside, yeah, we do like a flea market. So we'll have a
Yeah.
bunch of vendors selling clothes, but then we team up with Urban Jungle because they know the thrift people and stuff like that. So, and we perform. We had some of the artists perform over the summer. We were on the balcony. It was some Push artists. It was lit. Yeah. We had Sage. We had Tyler Berry. We had Asen. And then we had Essence. She won one of the open mics, so I asked her to perform. Who else? Am I missing anybody? Tori. Oh my gosh, Tori. I can't forget about her. Yes, Tori as well was there. And it was lit. Like everybody was shopping. People were performing at the same time. So
I saw that. That looked super dope.
It was a vibe.
I'm looking forward to the weather getting warm again so we can do stuff like that again. Let's go back though. McNally Smith, you went there. Can you tell me about your experience there?
So like when I mentioned that I knew somebody in high school that had their studio at home, I wanted to manage him. Like I believed in his music so much. So I looked into like music schools. And
I can see that.
Yeah, and so I saw McNally and I enrolled. And I kind of didn't take it too serious because I took a year off of college, and then I went back because I went to New York, and I went to do other things while I was in New York. I was trying to get into like modeling and stuff like that, so I was getting into like music videos, and they were sending me to go work with like Jadakiss, Mano, Swiss Beats was there. So many artists was there, like Red Cafe and all these people.
You met Swiss Beats?
Well, I was in a video shoot where they shot the video, and they were all there, and there was a song that they were all in, like it was featured.
Word.
But then there was another video shoot for Jadakiss too that I went to. But I was just like, I'm not a video vixen. That's not me. Like, I don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even like to dance, to be honest.
You wanted to manage.
Yeah. Huh?
You wanted to be a manager.
Yeah, but I wanted to be in the scene. I wanted to rub shoulders with the right people and like network with the right people and put myself in those scenes. So I was doing what I thought was right at the time, and that was like my early 20s. So then I stopped doing that, and I went back to McNally, and then I graduated in 2014. And then I think they closed like 2 years later.
Right.
Yeah, but I learned just contract law, how to, copyright, and like how to do marketing and manage artists, and so many things that I learned that I apply even as I run my own business, like a lot of business essential things that they taught me there. But I think the most part that I gained from there was like working with the faculty there, like Craig Rice. He's a filmmaker, and he also was Prince's manager. Oh shit. So he taught me, and then I met Andre Fisher. He worked for a label, I don't want to say which one, I forgot. Interscope or something like that. So we met all the right people while being in school. So I gained a lot of knowledge from them. So.
And so now, Please, yeah,
Thank you.
you got to soak up knowledge from your elders. You know, that's how we get better. And so now you're still in Minnesota. You're applying that knowledge here in building your own community. Who do you work with, like, the most closely? Who do you consider to be as part of your team?
Right now, closely, like, what do you mean as far as, like, other groups?
Whether it's within Creative Minneapolis or people that come and collaborate with you. Like, I know Health is Wealth is in here.
Yeah.
Health is Wealth.
Yeah, like Health is Wealth, KD, like he's actually, I would start with him because.
Please do.
Yeah, because if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be, I didn't even, like, I had an idea of throwing a fashion show, maybe like a show here, and we were thinking about it, but then KD came and was like, well, I've done this before at the mall, the Twin Cities Fashion Thon, so I was like, all right, sounds like the same thing I'm trying to do, so let's do it.
Right.
So it was like a 3-day event. We had local artists come perform. I think Friday was the showcase, and then Saturday was like the fashion show, and Sunday was like a sip and paint. But that's when it all started. That's when I was like, okay, then people were like inquiring about renting the space and doing their own events. And then Push came and asked if they wanted to do on Tuesday, Turn Up Tuesdays, their open mic. So
and that's still going.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've worked so much with Push and their artists and then Icey Entertainment as well. Like when they came in and started telling me so much about her, I'm like, who's this girl they talking about? Like, I need to meet this girl because they're like, she's doing the same thing out here, throwing shows and stuff like that. I'm like, crazy. Yeah, they talked so well about her. I was like, I need to meet her. And so I would say all of them would be that Cash Leon, he's like one of the artists. He's been supporting me. So has Raheem, he goes by King, because they're great. We have Phoenix, she has her art here. She supports us, represents us everywhere she goes. I have so many people to name. I just don't want to like leave anybody out.
No, I understand.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I do have another question for you. So you also do work outside of music, like as you said, you're a translator. Mm-hmm. And I saw a workshop in here the other day. You were helping your mom run a workshop. Can you talk about your work outside of music and that community in Minneapolis? Because this is about Minneapolis hip hop, right? So yeah, talk about Minneapolis and what you do here.
Well, like everything that I do is to give back to the community. So me helping it's called limited English. Okay, so we call them limited English proficiency. So those are the people that can't speak English. So for me, it would be Spanish. For others, it could be other languages.
Arabic.
So I help those people, you know, so that if they go to conferences for schools, or if they have interviews at work, or if they have medical appointments or procedures. I do all that stuff, legal and medical. So I help with that. I just put on this hat like I'm an interpreter, and I'm just, what the doctor says and what the patient says, it just comes out of me. So I'm just like a voice box. Right. I'm just like right here just talking, getting paid to sit here and talk. So
yeah,
but I love giving back to the community just because like I'm helping them they're getting the treatment that they need or deserve. Like, you know, some people are intimidated because they don't speak English, or, you know, so I feel like I'm giving back by helping them and giving them that. So, and I help my mom also do the interpreting training as well for professional interpreters.
Are you a mother?
No, I don't have kids.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a mother.
You a mother of all of us?
I'm a mother of 2 dogs. I have 2 dogs.
Right, yeah, dog mom. Shout out to your mom though.
Oh yes.
Okay. And then can you tell me, finally, this is my last question for you. What is the importance of having a long-term vision in your perspective?
This vision that I have for Creative finally unfolded years later. Like, I'm 33 and I'm not ashamed to say that. When I was in my 20s and I was doing all this and I was going to school and I was trying to be a model and I was trying to do music and I was shooting my own music videos and I was editing them and I was doing pictures and I was learning how to be a photographer and I was learning how to do everything. Now all that helped me build this. Now you guys are in my brain. Like, I do photography, I do videos, I record music. I do all this. This is who I am. So I feel like it's important to hold on to your dreams and goals, because it might be not the timing that you want it to be, but if you hold on to that, it's gonna happen, and just don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Because I could have gave up, and this wouldn't even exist.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right
so
now.
it's important to hold on to that.
Yeah, swear to God.
Mm-hmm.
Make some noise for the Okay. Hey, sir.
What's good? What's good?
How you doing?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
Tired.
Thank you for
Super
being
tired.
here.
You
Yeah.
always tired.
We gotta grind. We gotta get over that cliff, get over the mountaintop, you know?
Yeah, most definitely.
You got Push Mess coming up.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Talk to me. What's good?
We got, we don't celebrate Christmas over here. You feel me? We celebrate the community, the local music scene. So instead of Christmas, we got Push Mess coming up. At First Ave, we gonna have a lot of talented artists coming on stage, including your favorite Push artists, AK Fields, Tory, A-Sin, is including some people from Basement Gang, which includes June the Kid. We got LRZ. And who else we got? We got Ozone too, and then Ozone Creative. Yeah,
Oh,
it's about to be a dope event. You know what I mean?
word. Respect. And y'all keep doing that. How long you been doing this for?
I mean, that's a loaded question.
Oh.
You know what I mean? It's like doing what? You know what I mean? We do so many things. You know what I mean? But throwing events, I mean, we really started probably like a little over a year ago.
Okay.
I mean, we had events before that. We had before I joined Push, because that was a Push before me.
Okay.
Before I joined Push, they had Push the Culture 1. And then when I joined Push a year later, yeah, Push the Culture 1. Then we had Push the Culture 2 last year. And then we calmed down on events for a little bit. But then I was working with, shout out Mac House. I was working with Mac House, and I was helping them curate events. And then that eventually led into us curating our own events, and then tapping in with Icey and doing the open mic. And then that just led into, more and more events. So it's probably been a good year and 2 months that we've been a part of events really like that.
No doubt. Okay, so how would you describe, you would describe yourself as the curator, or how would you describe your role with Push?
I'm a creator.
Okay, yeah.
Simple as that, I'm just a creator.
Keeping it broad. That's what's up. Yep. And y'all have a lot of motion and movement, so salute to that. I'm glad that you're a part of it. Can you talk about throwing events at Creative and that experience?
Oh man, I love throwing events here.
Yeah.
I love throwing events here, man. It's always, it's love when it comes to Liz, man. We was throwing events here. I think we threw our first event here a week after KD did his
that's
Urban
what I
Festival.
said.
We tapped it with Icey. We already had that in the plans, and Liz has always been so easy to work with, so
Facts.
flexible, and like this is a creative space. We can do what we want with it, and that's what we did. We did what we want with it, and so it's easy throwing events here, man. I love bringing people in so that they can throw events, man. It's a nice space to be in. I love this space personally.
Okay. And who's on your team? Push is a pretty big squad, or is it?
I mean, we got a few members. You feel me? Shout out the CEO Juice right here.
Aha.
You know what I mean? Big Juice.
With the fur coat.
Yeah, in the fur coat.
I see.
He's Saint Juice today, though.
Boss
Saint
man.
Juice today. Let him know. Saint Juice.
Juice Junior. Oh yeah, Juice is
We got the
here.
juice.
Is here.
We got the juice off.
We got
It's the Juice Skywalker for me.
I told him. That's the best one. But yeah, we got Juice, and then we got 3 artists.
3 artists.
AK Fields, Tory, and A-Sin.
Okay.
And then,
Keeping it.
keeping it tight, keeping it
That's
tight,
the
keep it
circle
compact.
tight,
Cause we want to most definitely utilize the skills that we have with the artists that we have before we start to expand. I'm trying to focus individual on the artists that we got first before we start bringing other people in. But I work with other artists, not only artists in Push.
Okay.
I pretty much work with artists in the Twin Cities.
Diversify them bonds. I see you.
Yes, sir.
So why you stay in Minnesota?
It ain't Minnesota for me.
Oh.
It's the Twin Cities. It's strictly Minneapolis
There you go.
and St. Paul.
Okay.
I strictly be here. I don't leave 20 miles outside of the city.
Sure. Yeah.
This is where I be at, and I chose it because, one, I was born here. I was born in Minneapolis, and I just really love.
Shout out.
It's nostalgic. Walking down the streets, even though it look a little different now.
Sure.
Gentrification and stuff like that, but it's still nostalgic to be here, and I love it here, and I like the people here, and I like I always like a good underdog story.
Ah.
Don't nobody believe in us. You know what I mean? Don't nobody believe in
I
us.
swear to God.
But it don't matter. You feel me? As long as we believe in us and we keep proving that we can do what we can do, eventually, no matter, just a point in time until we break that threshold.
That manifestation. Yes, sir. So I saw that you took a break from social media for a little bit. Is that why? I mean, mental health is just like a huge topic right now. Like, obviously, we all know how important that is. Yeah. I've been thinking about taking a break from social media myself. Sometimes I'm like, I just can't. Yeah. I guess I'm just wondering, like, how and why. Yeah.
I mean, really, bro, before I joined Push, before I became Asen's manager, I wasn't on social media.
Yeah.
Like, I literally, like, if you scroll down and look at my first Instagram post, it'll say in the caption, I'm back after 6 years, and I'm only back for this one reason. I came back for Push. I came back for Acen. I rejoined Instagram, Facebook, strictly to promote music. Because I realized that I wouldn't be able to do it, just me being out here. I have to be on social media. That's the main means of contact between people. And so, yeah, the break was, man, I was just going back to my, I wanted to take my little hiatus.
I hear you.
Need my little break, man, A lot of stuff be going on the web, outside, and I just need to take a little break from everything, take a little breather.
Decompress.
We've been doing a lot, man. We've been making a lot of moves, so, sometimes you need to most definitely chill out, man. Go enjoy that.
Take a breath, yeah.
Literally. But yeah, you just gotta, enjoy that cabin in the woods that's really in your mind. You feel me? Just take a step back.
Yeah. As long as it's not the sunken place, Yeah. You feel me? Yes, and y'all got some dope merch, man. Y'all got some dope ass merch. Can you talk about like merch and like vendors, how important like having merch is for your squad and like what you see?
Hey, we just try to be real creative with the process, you feel me? We always, the logo is obviously, it's the logo. But we want to make each product perfect. You know what I mean? So the type of sweaters that we use, you feel me? The type of ink that we use, we don't want it to wash off in 3 uses. You feel me? So we try to make sure the merch is perfect, because I feel, man, if I'm gonna be a local business or a local brand, I'm not competing with local brands and local businesses. I'm competing with the name brands, because I want you to buy my product. You know what I mean? To buy my product, I gotta be not only better than the locals, but I gotta be better than the name brand as well. So we just try to create a product that people will buy. And I feel like, it's always nice to have a representation. Seeing people walk down the street in a Push shirt. Seeing people walk into the venue with the Push shirt on, showing they love, showing their representation. So, we just try to, I feel like merch is a real important aspect of the whole business.
That's huge. That's huge, man. And that's an acronym?
Yes, sir. Push, it stands for Persevere Under Society's Hate. Because that's really what we're doing. No matter what, we still persevering. No matter what obstacles get in our way, we still persevering. We black, and George Floyd happened just over 1.5 years ago. There's a lot of societal hate we got to push through. And then we go keep pushing through.
Facts.
So that's most definitely the message behind it. We persevere under society's hate. No matter what's in our way, we keep pushing.
Yeah. And the persevere push. Yeah, no, it makes sense.
I need to say that, yo, one time, can I get a push? Push! I love that, man.
Straight up, man. And that's why we're in here, too, because sometimes I'm looking around at media in the Twin Cities, and I'm wondering what's going on. Like, I just got to keep it 1,000. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, bro, like, the biggest potential networks here seem to not want to put that funding where it needs to be. You know what I mean? And really get behind where it's supposed to be. So that's why I'm doing this. And that's why I tried to curate this panel tonight. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to our interviewees one more time for them. So yeah, now if anybody has any questions, I would love to see what they have to say.
Why don't you celebrate Christmas?
Oh, man. All right, so I live down south. I grew up Christian. I grew up Christian, but then I moved down south with my dad.
Wait, I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question?
I asked, why doesn't he celebrate Christmas?
Oh. Because, yeah, like I said, man, I grew up Christian, moved down south with my dad when I was like 8 or 9. And his girlfriend at the time was a Jehovah's Witness. And so for Jehovah's Witness, they don't celebrate birthdays, Christmases. Only thing they celebrate is Thanksgiving, because it's food. You know what I mean? So I grew up with that. Yeah, so over time, it just, it lost its value, lost its magic. So now, Christmas is just a day. Yeah. It's Saturday. You know what I mean? What am I doing on Saturday? No tree in the crib, nothing like that. It's just, it's just a day.
It's another day. I actually had that similar thought the other day. I was like, bro, they're closing everything. Like, I can't get anything right now. Like, damn, just
Asian food is still open. If you need some food, get some Asian food.
Asian food always open. They don't ever close.
Nah, they hustlers.
Oh God, they some hustlers, but they don't ever close.
I think we got one question. Oh, and by the way, you can address your question to any of the speakers specifically or to all of them. Say your name too if you want.
My name is Vincent. Sir, which hospital was you born in?
Which what? Hospital?
Yeah.
I was born Mercy.
You was born in Mercy?
Yeah.
I was born down the street.
Down the street, what was it?
Fairview.
Fairview?
Minneapolis, man. Born and raised, like you said, yeah.
I got a question.
Shout out. Say your name.
Health as well.
Health as well. Health as
like
well.
your
KD
name.
in here.
My guy pushing the brand.
What's some adversity? I can't say.
He's talking about adversity. is this for all of them or for one?
Yeah, for the whole panel. What's some complications that y'all cross just running through your business? Or the line of work y'all go through?
I feel like there's always problems. Always problems, no matter this line or any other line, but how I look at it, it's always a solution. So I don't really know any specific problems because I always solve them. You know what I mean? For every problem, there most definitely is a solution. Always that flip of that coin, so we just solve them all.
Venues are annoying ass artists that think they just are something. I'm like, bro, like what the fuck? Being a girl and then being thick, like people just looking at me like, oh, they can do whatever. Like I will, anyways. And then
Keep it 1,000. Go ahead.
what else? Yeah, I said the three that are my best
managers.
ones. Oh,
Managers are most definitely.
I don't have issues with managers.
I have.
The managers usually be like cool with me. It's
You remember that.
I had one manager who was just, she wasn't insane, but we'll just leave it at that. But people are just annoying and venues annoying. And
So you
then-
are a manager though, right?
No, I quit that. I cannot be an overpaid babysitter anymore. I don't like it. It's not for me. I can't do it.
That's definitely adversity for sure. Yeah.
Not for me.
I can relate to being a girl. People taking my kindness for weakness. I mean, I can go for days, but I don't want to go. I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to think, because when he said that, like, I had a flashback, and everything that went wrong this year just went in my mind. And I'm just like, wait. One thing that I did come across lately, which it was a good eye-opener for me, was if I'm gonna have a venue and offer it to people to throw their own events, somebody hit me up saying that I rented my space to somebody that was a sex offender, and I had no idea. But this was like months later after they did their event. Their event was dead, and there was like not a lot of people. But I just thanked them, and I said, thank you for bringing this to my attention, and I'll make sure that I check out, the individuals that want to rent my space. So that kind of was like an eye-opener for me. But there's been a lot of things that come along with this. It's just like, you never know. It's just weird. Like the next day, you know what I mean? It's just be something out the blue. Like, you don't.
But like, what did she want you to do? Like, do a background check?
I don't know. Like,
that's not normal.
I don't know. But social media and people with the Me Too movement and all that is real.
You run into social media and you run into the law. You know what I mean? Like
All
at a
that.
certain point too. So I hear you.
So I just gotta protect my space and myself and make sure that we're good. So that's I guess. Protect your energy. Yeah, it's real.
What been one of the best moments y'all ever had creating an event?
Top moment creating an event.
Oh my gosh. The top moment creating or at the event? What exactly are you asking?
It could be times leading up to the event that makes it the best moment about the event. So, It's up to you how you feel about it.
Okay, I could think back to when I had my.
I think we got time for like 2 more questions.
Okay, I could think back to when I had my very first Minnesota Most Wanted, and like, oh boy, everything went wrong that day. Everything went wrong, but I got through it, and when I realized that, oh, I'm about to pull this shit off, I was just happy as hell, cause like everything went wrong. But then the event went amazing. Like it was over capacity. Like people were mad at me about the event afterwards because I had it, and I was just like, well, I don't care. Y'all not dead. Shit, we keep on going. So that was cool.
Doesn't kill you, make it stronger.
You said what's my favorite moment creating an event? One of my best projects.
This space.
Creative Minneapolis, nah. But of the events that we've had, I think the greatest one that's coming up is New Year's Eve, because I'm gonna change up the look of Creative. It's not gonna look like this. It's not gonna be the same event like y'all been coming to. The stage is gonna be bigger. We might have some strippers in the back. I don't know.
Oh.
We're gonna have some really, really fun vibes. So it's, I guess, like planning it and getting excited and getting the right artists to perform. All that's fun. It's one of the, I guess, good moments for me.
So the process.
The process. Yeah. And then the results afterwards. It's like very nerve-wracking. You think it's gonna go wrong, but then like she said, it just turned out very well. And then you're like, oh, I was just stressing for no reason. But I guess it's just, I think the whole thing overall, you know what I'm saying?
Kind of went around, but no, I'll give you that. See, you're good.
Yeah.
You got one?
I mean, yeah, it's the whole process.
Oh.
You know, my favorite part about it is, you know, I make shows, I make lineups that I want to watch.
There you go.
That I want to see these artists I really enjoy. So, you know, seeing them all on stage together, like when we did Nocturnal Circle, that whole process was great. That whole photo shoots, editing videos, the actual show, we had the ground shaking in this motherfucker. Like it was, the whole shit was just perfect. So it's just, you know, I like curating them. I like putting them together.
Say your name.
I go by Breezy Too Fresh.
Representing?
Yeah, I'm an artist in the city. I have also been blessed to collaborate with a few of these people on my channel here. I got a question for y'all. So y'all know I've been digging up this little dark tournament thing. So this question is kind of related to that. COVID presented a weird atmosphere where we had to do things live stream style. And as we're transitioning back into live events, what do you feel like you can do to mix up the live stream with your live events? Because I feel like that's the next step for you guys going to pay-per-view events as well. So.
Next year, I plan to have all my events pay-per-view, and also it'll be live as well. So that's my plan, to just do it because it's more money, and simple as that.
Well, I got my GoPro. I'm live streaming right now, and we're doing this and we're filming, so I'm kind of already doing it. But, I guess like getting monetized and stuff like that, like how she wants to do. I think that's something, the next step that we should all look into, because we all trying to get paid at the end of the day. So,
give me about 5 or 6 years when the metaverse is up and running.
That part.
You about to open a can of worms with that one.
Come on.
You trying to open a can of worms with
You
that
want Discord?
one. Pandora's box.
You know what I mean? So, give me about 5 or 6 years and I'll answer that question for you.
I look forward to working with y'all for the events and just being a pillar for the city. Bless y'all for
Respect.
Ozone.
Ozone in here.
oh,
Ozone in here. Tap in. Man, show up, man. What y'all doing? Where y'all at? Come on.
Yes.
We got time for one more question, y'all.
Cash Leon.
Cash Leon.
He was writing his question.
What upcoming events can the community and artists look forward to? All three of you.
You know, we obviously got Pushmas coming up. We got a show. I got a show that I'm trying to do with DJ Cam Jones soon. Shout out DJ Cam.
Yep.
Trap and B. I'm trying to mix trap hip hop with a little bit of R&B, a little bit of, you know, softness. I got that coming up. And also, man, if you're just an artist that want to come out, that feels like they're ready to throw their own show, hit me up. Hit me up. You know what I mean? We can create something. So, you know, it's time. You said what?
Liz, you got something coming up?
We have, so Brody's having a birthday bash. We have KD's having a, what's the name of your event, KD? Holiday Madness on the 26th.
Shout out Health as well.
Yes, and then we got the New Year's Eve annual Boss Ball event. It's also an anniversary because last year opened up in December, so we're gonna be celebrating our anniversary as well during the New Year's Eve.
Oh.
And then next year, I think we've been talking about more events coming up, so just follow us on Creative Minneapolis and you can see all the new events that we got coming up as well, so yeah.
There's a lot, but I could just I'll name 3 of them.
Yeah.
So I have MGM, the Met Gala Minneapolis. That's gonna be on December 30th. I have the New Year's party. It's not my event, but it's gonna be an event. It'll be lit. I'm promoting it. Y'all should come out. It'll be 2 different rooms, a DJ in one room and then the artist in another room. So like you could feel both vibes. Free wine, free food. I don't know why you don't want to come.
We'll be there. We'll be there.
And then every last Friday, starting January 28th, I'll be having a party at Union Rooftop. Every week there'll be a different DJ, except my DJ Peace Boy will be there every time, but it'll always be a different DJ besides him. It'll be different promoters. There's people in this room I'm actually planning on hitting up to promote for that event, so it's gonna always be at Union Rooftop, so y'all just come out last Friday every month.
Last Friday of the month, every month.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Can I say something I forgot to mention?
Oh, please do. Yeah.
Me and him are working on Freestyle Fridays. We're trying to get
Freestyle
yes,
Fridays.
and then I also have a rap battle thing also with Cash that we're gonna do called No Cap.
Freestyle
So
Friday.
yeah, that's also coming up. I forgot about that. Say that. So many things. So.
Yeah, just myself. I'm gonna be doing more of these. I'm gonna do that round table like I talked about before, and I just love interviewing individual artists. So, with that being said, thank y'all for coming out. This is Staring at the City. Peace.